Did you know there is a secret list? A list of 7 teachings that Jesus made incredibly clear in the Gospels, yet the majority of Christians simply overlook. I'm not talking about obscure doctrines or complicated theological debates. I'm talking about teachings so direct that a child could understand them, so practical that applying them could change your life, and, if widely followed, transform the world. These teachings are revolutionary. They challenge the way we think, the way we act, and the very habits that govern our daily lives. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to Faith Divine TV. Today, we're going to uncover these 7 teachings, reveal why they are so often ignored, and show you exactly how to apply them in your life. Prepare yourself, because some of these lessons will confront everything you believed about being a Christian. And at the end, I will reveal which of these teachings is the most dangerous to the human ego, the one Jesus considered essential, yet that causes the most resistance. Once you know these 7 teachings, you will never again be able to claim ignorance about what Jesus truly taught. 2 billion people in the world claim to follow Jesus Christ, but there is something disturbing happening right under our noses. Most of these followers live in a way that is the exact opposite of Jesus' teachings. This isn't an exaggeration. Let me prove it. Jesus said in Matthew 7:21, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father." Do the will, not just say it, not just attend church services, not just sing the songs or repeat the prayers. Do it, and yet millions know verses about love, but live filled with hate. They preach forgiveness, but harbor decades of resentment. They claim humility, but are proud beyond measure. How did this happen? How did we get to a point where knowing about Jesus became more important than obeying Jesus? The answer is simple but uncomfortable. It is easier to admire these teachings than to live by them. It is far more comfortable to study Christ than to become like him. The first teaching is the most radical. Love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you. Pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. Matthew 5:44. Stop for a moment and consider that. Not just forgiveness, but love. Actively wishing good for people who have harmed you, praying for their happiness, doing good things for those who have wronged you. Let me give you an example. To understand the magnitude of this teaching, let me share a story from history. Corrie ten Boom, a Christian woman who helped hide Jews during World War II, endured the horrors of a concentration camp. After surviving, she met one of her former captors, who was seeking forgiveness. In that moment, she faced the ultimate test of loving her enemy. Instead of hatred, she chose grace. She extended forgiveness, understanding that refusing to forgive would chain her to bitterness and keep her from experiencing God's freedom. This isn't theoretical, it's real life. Salt, transforming obedience to Jesus' words. That is what Jesus meant. True love in action. How many Christians do you know who do this? The harsh reality is that most have enemy lists longer than their prayer lists. We cling to grudges as if they were trophies. We celebrate the misfortune of those who hurt us. Jesus called this hypocrisy. He asked, "If you only love those who love you, what reward is there?" Matthew 5:46. The radical love he taught has no boundaries. The second teaching is equally challenging. Forgiveness without limits. Peter asked, "Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times. And Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Matthew 18:22. This wasn't about arithmetic. It was about a limitless spirit of forgiveness. Forgiveness that does not depend on the offender's repentance. Forgiveness that does not keep score. So often we make conditions, mental checklists, and secret rules. Couples record past offenses, families carry grudges, congregations nurture resentment. Jesus was clear. If you do not forgive, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Matthew 6:15. True forgiveness requires something most Christians are unwilling to give. The death of the ego. Let go of pride. Let go of the desire for revenge. Let go of the urge to be right. Only then can forgiveness truly set both parties free. The third teaching. Become like a child. Lest you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 18:3. Not a superficial humility, but genuine dependence on God. Observe a child. They do not pretend to know what they do not know. They ask questions without fear. They trust naturally. They do not wear social masks. Do not strive for status. It's humility. The recognition of our total dependence on God is revolutionary. Today, Christians often compete over knowledge, prayer, and piety, turning faith into a contest. But true humility frees you from this cycle, allows you to accept grace and recognize your need for God at all times. The fourth teaching addresses action without recognition. When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Matthew 6:3-4. Serve, pray, and fast in secret. Let God, not people, witness your acts. In today's world of Christian influencers, it is easy to serve for applause, pray for likes, or give for recognition. Jesus taught that genuine faith is quiet, unnoticed, and uncelebrated. This principle can be applied to our daily lives, helping colleagues without announcing it, sending an anonymous gift to someone struggling, praying for a friend without them knowing. Real faith works when no one is watching. The fifth teaching, do not judge. Judge not, that ye be not judged. Matthew 7:1. Many misinterpret this as forbidding discernment. Jesus was warning against hypocritical, condemnatory judgment. He explained, "Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log in your own eye?" Matthew 7:2-3. The call is simple. Examine yourself before pointing out others' faults. Churches today are filled with people eager to criticize but blind to their own failings. Jesus calls for grace, not superiority, correction, not condemnation, restoration, not destruction. Practice self-reflection first and judge with love. The sixth teaching is radical generosity. Give to everyone who asks, lend expecting nothing in return. Luke 6:30-35. Generosity should not be transactional. Time, attention, resources, knowledge, energy, all should be shared without expecting anything back. This teaching directly challenges our instinct for self-preservation. True generosity is giving without guarantees, helping those who cannot reciprocate, serving without contracts. It's counterintuitive, yet it is central to a Christ-centered life. The seventh and most difficult teaching, deny yourself. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24. This is the linchpin for all other teachings. Love enemies. It's only possible when pride is set aside. Forgive endlessly. Only when the desire for revenge is dead. Be humble. Only when ego is subordinated. Serve in secret. Only when recognition no longer matters. Give without return. Only when selfishness is conquered. Denying yourself is the daily discipline of choosing God's will over your own desires. It is living the paradox Jesus revealed. To truly live, you must die to self. It's Matthew 16:25. Now that you know the 7 teachings, love your enemies. Forgive without limits. Become like a child. Serve in secret. Do not judge. Give generously. Deny yourself. Reflect honestly. How many of these do you truly practice? Do you love those who have hurt you? You forgive unconditionally? Are you genuinely humble? Do you serve without an audience? Do you judge with grace? You give without expecting a return? Do you deny yourself daily, submitting fully to God's will? These questions are not merely reflective, they are transformative. They reveal the gaps between knowledge and action, faith and practice. The most shocking truth is this: Jesus did not make these optional. In Luke 9:23, he stated clearly that following him requires daily self-denial, taking up your cross every day, not occasionally, not only on Sundays. And he asked, "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not do what I say?" Luke 6:46. This challenge echoes across the centuries and reaches you today. Will you remain an admirer of Jesus, or will you become a true follower? Will you continue pretending not to know these teachings, or will you begin practicing them now? The choice is yours. True faith is lived, not admired. Obedience transforms. Love changes. Humility frees. Generosity multiplies. Forgiveness heals. Self-denial enables everything else. Embrace these teachings, not for applause, not for recognition, not for temporary satisfaction, but for true life, eternal perspective, and transformation of your heart and mind. Let Jesus' radical principles guide your relationships, your work, your family, and your community. Start small. Pray for one enemy today. Forgive one person unconditionally. Give secretly. Serve quietly. Deny one selfish desire. Little by little, these steps become a way of life. The time to choose is now. Will you merely admire Jesus, or will you truly follow him? Will you know his teachings, or will you obey them? Let these 7 radical truths reshape your heart. Live them, breathe them, share them, and watch how your life and the world around you begins to reflect the love, mercy, and power of God. If this message spoke to you, subscribe and share with someone who needs to hear this message today. Till next time, stay rooted, stay real, and keep walking with Jesus. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel.